Rev up your engine. All right, today we're going to talk about this 2021 Chevy Trailblazer. So let's start out with thinking, okay, it's a Chevy SUV. Well, wait a second. Look, it's actually a Korean car. It's made by GM Korea, made in Korea because it's got a K for the first VIN number. Now, he bought it used with 15,000 miles for $16,500. Not a bad idea when you consider you get a nice little SUV for that amount of money. This is why this guy's smart. He's like me. Buy a nice used one. Why pay for the new one? It looks like a new one. It's low mileage. Plus, he's in New York. Garbage trucks might hit it. Who knows what's going to happen, right? Now, it is basically a Korean car. And when we look under the hood, you'll see something I'm not a big fan of. That is a little 1.3 liter. It's got a turbo, it's got a GDI. Well, everybody's going smaller right now. It is, for Americans, a small SUV. Driving it over here from New York, he was getting 41 miles a gallon. So for an SUV that's all-wheel drive, it's really good gas mileage. It's not a hybrid. Now, he does take care of his vehicles, because I told him, I said, make sure you change the oil filter every 5,000 miles. He changes it every 3,000 miles. So if he takes care of this thing, he's not pulling heavy loads, he's not driving like a lunatic, time will show if this thing is gonna hold up. Now, you're actually better getting the all-wheel drive version, whether you want all-wheel drive or not. Might sound stupid, but if you get the front-wheel drive, you get one of those stinking CVT transmissions, see? If you get the all-wheel drive, it is an actual 9-speed automatic transmission, a real transmission with gears. Normally I'd say, hey, don't get all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive unless you absolutely need it, but in this case, you're better off because you're getting a real automatic transmission. And that is a big plus, because really, if you've ever driven it, a turbo little engine that's hooked up to a CVT transmission, when you floor it, it generally goes, and it doesn't go that fast. This has 9 speeds, and it's not bad at all. You might not know any of this when you buy a car. Hey, this is why I make these videos. You can learn, because let's say you went out and bought one with the CVT that was front wheel drive. Wears out when it's older and you're like, I should have never bought that thing. Well, I would have said in the beginning, get the all-wheel drive version. Look, the money isn't that different. He got this thing for $16,500 because he bought it used. You can save a lot of money. There's always a reason for people to get rid of cars. This doesn't look like it has any problems. I'm going to put my machine on and check it out for him. But you can always find some decent used cars that are in good shape, and they're always going to go for less than the new ones. Plus, he bought an extended warranty. Normally, I'm not a big extended warranty fan, but it is a Korean 1.3 liter little engine turbo GDI. Smart thing to buy a warranty. And he says when that warranty goes out, he's going to buy another warranty, as long as it's going to cover the engine and transmission. In this case, I'd say that's a smart thing to do. Right? Like if somebody's dumb enough to buy a Jaguar, I'd say you gotta buy the warranty on it, because if you don't, it's gonna bankrupt you. I mean, I'll give it one thing, with this tiny engine, boy, it's certainly gonna be easy to work on when it breaks. There's all kinds of working room on the thing. So let's look inside, and hey, it's got a really nice looking interior, comfy bucket seats. Let's walk around. I mean, it's a beautiful looking car, I'll give it that. Let's check out the back seat. And look, this seat's back. There is a lot of room back here. These back seats are comfortable. Got a nice armrest with cup holders. Little trunk in the back. And of course, when you flip the seats down, you can carry quite a bit of stuff inside here. And as we close the door, sounds like the Koreans built it pretty solid. Okay, it's got beautiful rims. I mean, check them out. So let's get the fancy computer out and see if you got to take it for a ride or not. So here we go, it's plugged in. You can see it's already detected the vehicle. Do a standalone diagnostics. It's already read the VIN, so now it's going to decode it. It is a 1.3 liter. We can do a full topology scan, so that's what we're going to do. Now it's only got 30-something thousand miles on it. And while it's doing its scan, it's rather well set up. It's a nice looking little car inside. Now, it doesn't have a sunroof. Great, I hate them. They just leak as time goes on. Right, it does have a real automatic transmission. Now, it's got what I hate, electronic parking brake, but they all have that now. See, you can turn traction control off, lane assist. Got no trouble codes at all. He'll be happy to hear that, so let's start this baby up. And realize even though it's getting 41 miles a gallon on the highway, it's not a hybrid, it's a conventional gasoline engine, so a lot simpler. So let's look at some serious information. Engine control module. Remember, black is good, red's bad. Let's see how this shapes up. It's getting good gas mileage. He says it's running fine, but you never know when you buy a used car. Look at all the different data you can look at, but we're going to look at all of them. Okay, 5-volt reference, almost perfect. 5.01 volts, both of them, so that's working perfectly fine. Shows you the AC system's working fine, the pressure. You get a lot of data on these modern cars. See, everything's black good so far. We'll look at some of the information to analyze it. The immobilizer information so people can't steal it. Now we can see the short-term fuel trim is moving around a little. Here we go. The short-term fuel trim is -1 or 0. Of course, 0 is perfect, so it's pretty close to perfect, which I should expect. It's only got 30,000 miles on it. I mean, an awful lot. You can see all the 5-volt reference, 5.01, that's almost perfect. It's only off what? 1/100th, so that's absolutely nothing. We're still in the A's, baby. You want to laugh? Just watch this. La, la, la. Look at the data. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's a good thing these things are automated, baby, because analyzing all of this stuff. You think the German cars used to be complicated? Hey, they all are now. This is all new data. Look, we're going, we're going, we're going. This is even more than any German car I've ever seen. Look at the data stream. Finally, we get to the end. Talking about the turbocharger. Showing that, yes, a turbocharged GDI injected car is very complex. I hope that they build these right. Now, I haven't seen a particular problem with them yet, but it is a 1.3 liter turbo GDI. You got to keep that oil clean and don't overheat the engine. So here we go for the road test. You can see it's got a decent backup camera. You know, nothing outrageous. It's a discounted car. It's a little economy car, but you can see quite well. Doesn't have all those fancy views and everything. You can put that in, you can take it away, and it curves like the other ones. It does a pretty good job. It shows I'm not going to hit the tree that's behind me. 1.3 liter engine. Doesn't shake at all. It's well balanced. We'll go over the big water hump here. See how it does there? No problem. It's relatively high up in the air, so it's not going to drag anything. And here we go on the worst roads in the nation, Rhode Island. We'll see how it rides. It's a small wheelbase. It's not going to be a totally cushy ride, but it absorbs the bumps fine. It's probably 50% smoother than our Toyota Matrix, but then again, the Toyota Matrix is 18 years old, and this is only 3 years old. So here we come up to the big road. We'll see how this little 1.3 liter turbo goes. Granted, it does have a 9-speed automatic transmission. That's a lot of gears. Nobody to the left, everybody to the right. Here we go. Give it some gas. Not race car speed. Very smooth shifts, and you know, we got going 50 miles an hour pretty quick. So it's an automatic transmission, 9-speed, and not a CVT. You step on the gas, it goes into passing gear and it takes off. It doesn't just go and not go anywhere. Here we go, down by the ocean here. Handle's nice. Now you hear a lot of noise because he's got a lot of stuff that's rattling. That's not the car. That's just drinks with ice and stuff. The car's actually relatively quiet. And as we take this corner a little fast, nice handling vehicle. I always like these little SUVs. It's kind of the size of my wife's Matrix. And it's fun to drive around. No problem going uphill. Hey, pretty zippy uphill for a little 1.3 liter. Super comfy. I'm really fitting in it nicely. I wouldn't think twice about driving this car to Tennessee. It's just a nice little riding car. Hey, he's getting 41 miles a gallon on a highway. Okay, so what do I think about this Trailblazer? Well, small SUV, right? And if you know anything about General Motors, they were never really that good at making small cars. Chevy Vega, for one example amongst many. But this is a Korean car. It's not made in the United States. The Koreans are making small cars for quite some time. Now, like I said, I'm not a fan of GDI turbos, but if you like him and you're not dragging the car too much, good gas mileage, it's not a horrible CVT. It's an actual automatic transmission. But you saw my data stream, all those hundreds of bits of data. Even though I'm not a big fan of extended warranties, I would advise buying an extended warranty from a company that you do a little research, find out that they actually will pay out when there's problems. Because if that little 1.3 liter engine with that highly complex 9-speed automatic transmission broke, it's going to cost you a fortune. So you would want those things covered. Other than that, hey, for the $16,500 he paid, I can't complain. We'll see what time does. He lives down the road, so maybe he'll bring it by every couple of years. We'll see how it goes. But as it stands now, hey, 4 years old now, the 2025 just came out, and it's not made in the United States where they don't know how to make small cars. It's actually made in Korea. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.